Hey everybody, it's True Stoner Love, and today's video is going to be an emotional one. I may start crying, you may start crying, but it might be a long video as well, so sit down, relax, go to the bathroom, get a snack, and just sit back. If you want to listen, you can. If you don't, I understand. But yeah, it's gonna be a long video, and if you guys don't mind my long videos, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're watching them. But this video is gonna be a dedication into my mother. Yeah, it's just been a long roller coaster ride, and it all started in January of 2010, late January. My mother, who looks like that. Yes, this little on me. I don't remember when this picture was taken, but that was my mother. She's actually, there is a date on the back of the picture. It's taken in 2007, so this is long before. But that's my mother. I miss her. She of January to the late January 2010, she was diagnosed with stage 4 non-smokers lung cancer, and before that as well, she was diagnosed with Evans syndrome, which is a blood disorder. She was diagnosed with that in like early 2000s, and the doctors told her it was a rare disorder and that you may or may not live depending on the situation. She proved doctors wrong, and she lasted about 10 years with it. And this disorder was not even what killed her. Fortunately, it was non-smokers lung cancer, and it sucks because she never smoked a day in her life, and she gets this. But you know, not that I blame my grandma, but she smoked and drank while she was pregnant with my mom, and this doctor said it could have been like just dormant in her lungs. But either or, it's cancer. It's been a really emotional roller coaster ride. But anyways, back to the story. So she was diagnosed with this in late January, and she didn't tell my siblings and I, which is my older sister, my brother, and me, in February of 2010. February 6th, I believe. And at the time I was 14. I didn't understand anything. I cried. My mom explained to me what was happening. At that moment, I just thought, I'm losing my best friend. Not ashamed of saying I'm a mama's boy, but because I am. She raised me. She was there for everything. She's my mom. She was the best thing ever. So doctor told her she had 6 months to live, and from then she couldn't take chemo because of her blood disorder. Her doctor said she could take small doses, but she didn't want to risk it because if she did, it could have been fatal for her, and it was basically, felt like this was a life sentence for her. There was no way out of it. She just had to ride it out. She started changing her lifestyle as much as she could. She started eating better, cutting out sodas. She couldn't really be active because she was tired a lot. But she held on as best as she could. she, whew, sorry, she was in and out of hospitals, and finally it was like the week of, or January, I keep saying January, July this month. It was basically the time where she had to be stuck in the hospital. She had days where she was upbeat. My mother, she never showed pain. I know she was always in pain, but she was never one to complain. She was strong. No matter if they poked her with needles or anything, she never cried out. She never complained, and she was a strong person. And I think I get that from her because I try not to complain. I try to be the strong one, and yeah, and I remember one day she was in the hospital overnight, and I always had my phone on me, and one day I was at my aunt's house and my Nina's house that I left my phone. I totally forgot, and I guess it was just meant for me to leave it at home and not with me, because I have a voicemail that I have of her still for this day, where it's almost like her final goodbye, even though I had about a month left with her. But she was telling me that she loves me, and then she was gonna go to bed that night. And this was like early July, and I'm now at this day, I'm glad she called me and told me that she was going to bed, and I left my phone at home, because otherwise I wouldn't have had that voicemail. But so yeah, and then the next day, she was fine. She didn't die that day, so don't worry. And she survived for another 2 weeks. And the week of the 24th of 2010, I remember that Sunday, she had tons of visitors, family, friends came to visit, and that was probably her last, like, hurrah. She was eating, she was talking, and everything was fine. It was like a good day. I remember that. And then after that, she couldn't breathe on her own anymore. She had this big old tube covering her, both her nose and her mouth, to help her breathe. I remember one day, it was probably, I want to say, it had to be like the 19th, which was probably a Monday. 19, 20. To be honest, I don't even know what day it was, but they have those calendars on the wall, like you rip off. And I remember I was looking at her, and she looked at it, and then I guess someone didn't like rip it off. Like, it was like the day before, so like later in the day they ripped it, and it changed the day. And I remember her looking at the calendar, and she had a double look at it, and I know she felt bad, because July is my birthday. My birthday's on July 24th. And my mom always felt bad because she was always in and out of the hospital in July. And for me, like, when she was fine the past years, all I wanted was to spend time with her in the hospital. And that day, she just looked at the calendar, and I know she knew that it was my birthday, and she was trying to hold on. She was trying to hold on to stay on my birthday. Whether she was responsive or not, I know in her heart, she wanted to be there for me. But unfortunately, God wanted her 2 days before my birthday of July 22nd. The day she passed away. It was 2 days. And this month is just never a good month for me. And I try to this day to be strong, get through it, try to just celebrate life. But it's always a bad month because unfortunately, even though time passes, my brain doesn't want to forget. I have nightmares of everything. I can't sleep, and it's never a joyous month. It feels like I try to make it a happy month. I try to just think of the happy thoughts, but it never works that way. But you know, I know she's not suffering. She's up there with her parents. Yeah, it's rough for me, and it's hard to lose a mother at 14. To grow up without one is the hardest thing to do. I've had my Nina, she basically almost took me in. She cared for me. She promised my mom that she would take care of me, and she did. And I love my Nina. We may not always see eye to eye, but I love her. She promised my mom. But yeah, I just needed to get this off my chest. I hope this video comes out good. At the end of the video, I'm probably going to make a little dedication. I'll show you some pictures, as many as I found. I wanted to put this video out there just because I could look back and hopefully see positive comments, some love in there, because I love reading that stuff. It cheers me up. It honestly does. Like my coming out video, all the support I got, it changed me. And I hope maybe since I put this video out there, you know, I get people who understand and will show love, and then maybe this video will help me, you know, forget and help me heal, because I know time heals, but at the same time it doesn't. At least to me it doesn't. Like, it's been our 8 years already, and it's like I'm cursed in this month, and I always have bad luck for some reason. It just, no matter if I don't think about it, something always happens, and I'm trying to get through it. Yeah. I just, yeah. I just need to get it off my chest. And I'm sorry I sound all funny now. But, yeah. But thank you for everybody who watches. Thank you for those who will comment, support me, give me that love that I need, maybe it's that extra push. You know, just this woman right here, she set the foundation for me in my life, and she's just the kindest, sweetest mother. She's met a few of my friends, and they all, as far as I know, love my mother. They believe they remembered, you know, how she treated them. My mother was just, I think that's where I get my personality from. I'm like the kindest person ever, and she's just, yeah. I love her and I miss her, and I can't wait. Not to say that I want to die right away, but I just can't wait to see her again one day. But yeah, thank you for those who have stuck around to watch this through. And yeah, until next time, just keep watching. I'll have a better video, a happier video, hopefully. But yeah, thank you everybody. Bye.
Okay. I'm sleepy, baby, so I'm going to turn my phone off and go to